Welcome everyone to my latest action figure review, and this is a special one as I'm doing a throwback on the Medicom Mafex Batman from the Dark Knight Trilogy. So the one played by Christian Bale from the Nolan universe. And in case you're wondering, yes, this is an old release that was out in 2018, so 6 years ago now. But only recently did I manage to hunt one down on a trip to Tokyo, Japan. I wouldn't say this is a holy grail, but it's certainly one that's very difficult to find online. And you probably have to pay like 3 or 4 times the price. This is Batman 3.0, which is regarded as the best Mafex Bale Batman they have, because they've been doing them since 2013. So every Medicom Mafex does include a transparent stand, which is stuck on the back. And then here is the figure with the accessories inside its packaging. First look at the Batman figure out of the packaging. So on the box it does say the Dark Knight Trilogy, and technically this works for both the movies, the Dark Knight and the Dark Knight Rises, since he does wear the same suit. And I am really impressed by the look of this. I think the sculpt is excellent. It's a beautiful Batman figure and a great representation of the Christian Bale version. And if you didn't tell me this was a 2018 release, I wouldn't have known. I would have guessed this was like a 2023, 2024 release, because I think the sculpt looks almost perfect. And I guess a lot of companies who made the Bale Batman have always got it spot on in terms of the accuracy. It's something about his kind of look that's probably easier to make in comparison to the Keaton version or the Affleck version. That's just my opinion. So yeah, this is the 3.0 version, and I can see why they released this one, because even though I don't have the old ones, based on photos, this is a major improvement. I did buy the SH Figuarts version, but that one kind of fell apart and they didn't release that many other characters apart from Joker and Catwoman. So that's why I decided to kind of dive into the Medicom versions. And yeah, I'm really impressed by the way it's been designed. And I'm pretty sure most of this is accurate to the source. The belt really stands out. And yeah, it's a really good looking Batman, no doubt. So in terms of the articulation, I do have to be very careful, because Mafex, especially the old ones, had a reputation of breaking easily. So I'm going to make sure I do this slowly. And the head tilts side to side, no problem. Not much stiffness there. It's actually very smooth. And then side to side, downwards this much, upwards this much. And then the cape is a soft kind of cloth with a wire inside. And if we're going to move it backwards, then we can deal with the arms. So we have 2 kind of shoulder pads, so you can move them side to side, and then forwards, backwards, rotation outwards as well. And then there's going to be a bend. Again, be very careful, because I know the old Mafex ones were prone to breaking, pegs snapping as well. There is rotation on the arm, so really good there. And then for the body, so the upper torso, we have a side to side turn, and then forward crunch backwards as well. And then for the waist, it has good movement. You can tilt it side to side and then move them left and right. And then forwards crunch, not too much backwards. You can see it has some sort of movement. And then for the legs, they stretch this much wide, and then they can be pulled down if you want, although it does kind of look weird. And then they kick forwards, backwards, rotation. There's a knee bend, it's a bit stiff out of the box. And then for the foot, the boots, it has a turn side to side, a hinge as well, and a toe hinge as well. And I forgot about the hands, but they do turn, and there is a hinge as well. But especially the hand, actually, I do want to mention, especially the old ones, be very careful, don't turn it too much, because the way they've done these pegs, they actually do snap really easily, which I've experienced from older figures. So just be very careful when you take them out, swap them out. Just do it very slowly, because yeah, if they break, then it's very difficult to get a replacement. So let's take a look at the hand accessories. So the one right out of the packaging is the closed fists. The second set of hands is some open grappler hands, or it can be used when he throws the batarang. And the third set, we have ones to hold on to the grappler gun, as well as a fourth set to hold on to the sticky bomb gun, which can also be used to hold on to the rifle. And the fifth set of hands, we have some with the fingers up, and this can be used to hold on to the batarangs. And the sixth and final set of hands looks to be more in line to hold on to the batarangs, and maybe the previous ones were just a set of action poses, but both of them can be used for this particular purpose. So let's take a closer look at the gadgets it comes with. So this is the grappler gun. As you can see, it's very detailed, painted really nicely, and it's a pretty solid piece. And then we have the sticky bomb gun. Once again, all the details are there. So I do like this design. And then the third one is his rifle. It is a plain black color, but you can see the details inside. There's some sort of transparent blue as well. And then the batarangs, they all are included with a tape to hold them in place. So these are the gold pieces to match with the belt. And I believe the grappler gun can also be hooked to his utility belt. And there you can see it's connected and it looks really good. So let's take a closer look at the head sculpt cowl once again. So the original one looks really good and I think it's a good representation. So this is kind of the standard look. And then it does include this angry face, which once again I think is very accurate, so you can get this in some really good poses. And then the final one they included is when he hacks into Lucius Fox's system and uses that kind of stealth mode. And this one again looks really good as well. And now for the size comparisons, here it is next to the other Mafex The Dark Knight Trilogy figures, with Ra's al Ghul from Batman Begins and Joker from The Dark Knight. And here it is next to some more Mafex Batmans from the other universes, with the Batman v Superman Nightmare Batman, as well as the latest solo movie of The Batman. And here it is next to the SH Figuarts versions of the Justice League Superman and Wonder Woman. And here it is next to the SH Figuarts versions of the Suicide Squad Harley Quinn, as well as Batman from The Flash. So now for my final thoughts on the Batman from the Dark Knight Trilogy by Medicom Mafex. Even though it's a 2018 figure, it still holds up today. Yes, it wasn't a long time ago, but considering how figure companies have improved in the last 4 or 5 years, I say this is still an excellent sculpt. And it's certainly one of the better of the Dark Knight versions of the Batman, since it is a 3.0. And in my opinion, it's even better than the SH Figuarts version, which I do own as well. And I don't have much complaints in terms of the accessories. We have the different alternative cowls. We have all his main gadgets like the grappler gun, sticky bomb gun, the batarangs. The only thing I would add is maybe an unmasked head sculpt, which they did in some of the previous Mafex figures. And even though the joints aren't perfect, you do have to be careful in changing up the accessory hands. But from my experience, I believe even the new ones are kind of the same as well. So my score is a 9 out of 10. It is one of the best superhero movies and one of my favorites. So I needed a figure to live up to representing it in my collection. And I think I do have it in this one. Of course, this was a bonus video as a throwback. I will do mostly the updated figure reviews in the future. But what are your thoughts on this? Is this still the best Dark Knight version of a figure out there in 1/12 scale? And is it one of the best Batman figures we have by Medicom Mafex? Subscribe to my channel, as I do want to bring some fresh new content this year and maybe some things we've never seen before. Thanks for watching and hope to see you very soon.